I heavily debated on whether or not I was going to script this video. I'm still not even sure whether or not this video will come out as I'm recording it now, or whether or not I will go back into to edit it later and feel like I probably should script it. But I do feel like it's an important video to make at this point in my career. Now, before I get into literally anything in this video, that I want to make so many things abundantly clear, and I want to be straight up, and I want to be concise, and I want to make sure there's no confusion, okay? I am ever grateful. I am ever grateful to everyone in my community. Everyone who has supported me in any way that you have ever supported me. I don't care if it's literally just the videos show up and you watch and you don't even watch it. You just put it in another tab, you mute the tab, and you just let it play through so it gets the watch hours, right? I appreciate every single small, minute bit of support. Is the money nice? Yes. Right, the Twitch subs, the biddies, the donos, the purchases on my throne, all of this are all of these like real nice. Of course they are, but I also recognize that there are a lot of people out there who are like me in my position where they just don't have money, and I never want anyone to feel bad, to feel like they don't what they do to support isn't enough. Right, I never. Ever want you guys to feel like that. I want you to know that no matter how you have supported me in the past or in the future or right now, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and I never ever think of anybody in my community as being above someone else in that regard, right? I do not want you to feel bad. I do not want you to feel guilty. I do not want you to feel like not being able to give me money in some way is making you less worthy of my appreciation, and that I think less of you, because I know how what I'm about to talk about can come across, and I know how it can seem, but I do not think that I do not want anyone to think that they are lesser or that they are at fault because they cannot financially give. Okay? I do not want you to feel that way. I want you to understand that if you have supported me in literally any fucking way, I appreciate you. I appreciate the likes, the comments, the watching the videos, if you share them with your friends, share them with your coworkers, if you just follow me on Twitter and just retweet my going live tweets or something like that, right? Like any kind of support you have given, I fully appreciate from the bottom of my heart. With that being said, let's talk about Dead by Daylight, my content, and the common question that has been asked of me in my Discord and my comment section and everything as of late. So, first thing I want to address is hate comments. I get about 4 to 5 of them every day, mostly between all 4 of my YouTube channels, but they very often occur on this one, the Kaiser the Gamer channel. And I am, when you get hate comments and you talk about them, people often will be like, oh man, just ignore them, just don't worry about it. Haters gonna hate, and that's so much easier said than done. I feel like people kind of forget how much power words hold. Especially when it's the same shit every day from different people. Now, obviously, there's stuff that doesn't super get to me, like the transphobia. I just like, wow, you're a weirdo, and I ignore it. But things like the fat phobia, people telling me that nobody wants me around, people being like, oh wow, you're really fucking annoying and you're ugly and all this other stuff, that does get to me. That does get to me. It gets to me because it's stuff that I think about myself. I do think I'm ugly. I do think I'm annoying. I do not understand how this channel has gotten to well over 6,000 subscribers as of me making this video. I don't understand how my other channels have been fucking growing. I don't understand why people watch my content. I don't understand why people want me around, because I don't even want myself around. So when the hate comments come flowing in, it's hard to ignore when there's so many. It's even harder when it's stuff you think about yourself. And I know somebody's going to be in the comment section like, oh, you know, don't think that about yourself. You're awesome. You're good. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all of that. But you guys got to understand that negative affirmations to a depressed person always hurt more and burrow deeper than... They always have a bigger impact than positive affirmations. This is something I personally have to work through, something I personally have to take emotional responsibility for. But I do appreciate everyone who does try to cheer me up when I get in those moods. Next up, the reason I bring up the hate comments is because a lot of the ones that have been popping up lately have been, just quit DBD. Just go away. Just stop making content. Get out of the community. Nobody wants you around. Nobody cares. All you do is whine and complain, which the last one's kind of funny because I don't only whine and complain. It's just that the negative content gets more views. It's not that I'm making negative content for the purposes of getting more views. It's that I make negative content, I make neutral content, and I make positive content. And the positive content gets basically no views. And then the neutral content gets a little, like a lot more. And then the negative content is always the videos that blow up. Like if you go to my most popular videos, almost all of it is either a tier list or it's just me being negative, me talking shit about something or someone. That's just how it goes. That's literally how it goes. People do not give a fuck about when you're praising something. I made an entire video praising the glyph system and how much I love it. And that I think within a week, that video, or as of right now, that video is probably at like maybe 1.5, 1.6K. I don't feel like going look it up right now. But the point is that positive videos don't get a lot of attention, and neutral videos don't get, they get more attention than positive, but they still don't get a lot of attention. It's the negative videos. It's the ones where I'm talking about how much I don't like somebody, or how much not somebody, something, how much I hate, you know, other things and stuff like that. It's those videos that are, the glyph video is 1.5K. I called it. It's those videos that everybody sees. And so the concept of me, or the perception of me, is that I'm just somebody who just always bitches and always complains and always, I'm just always mean and stuff like that. And the truth of the matter is that I you know, what am I going to say, right? Like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do about that? Am I going to quit DBD? And this has also been a question that's been asked of me in my comment section, or not comment section, my Discord and stuff. Because if you've been in streams, I've been playing a lot of Deadlock, and I've been talking a lot about making other content. You know, I did the Concord video. I did the 5 changes we want to see in Deadlock video. By the time you're seeing this, I'm hoping the Borderlands review will be out. I'm having a lot of trouble. My computer's like being really laggy when I try to edit it. So it's like what would normally take me like an hour is taking me like 2 hours. It's really bad. But you know, I'm working on diversifying the content, and I have been trying to make my way to that for a while now. I thought about doing a video on the PlayStation 5 being so expensive, but by the time you're seeing this, that's already passed. But I've been thinking about seeing if I could follow some gaming news sites and like keep up with that and start doing videos around that and things. But so the question is, are you going to quit Dead by Daylight soon? Because, you know, that's been the thing that's been on people's mind. That's been the thing that people have been asking about. It seems like I've got one foot out the door, and my stomach, you know, it's not just one foot. I'm like halfway out the door. My stomach's hanging out the door. I'm about to step out and close the door on this chapter. And I did say, you know, back when I came back to the game, that if I ever did quit Dead by Daylight, you would never know it until you knew it. right? I would never make a video announcing I was quitting or anything like that. So you might be wondering what this video is about then. What this video is about is that I would love to make that silent transition out of Dead by Daylight. However, I cannot leave Dead by Daylight behind. About 2.5-ish months ago, give or take, I officially had to end my job search. When I quit my restaurant job back earlier this year, my goal was to find another job almost instantly and get into that one. In case I ever wanted to stop making Dead by Daylight content, I could completely stop and still afford to live, and I could go back to doing what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. After around 3 to 5-ish months, give or take, of searching for a new job, I couldn't find one. Many people will attest to this. Right now, the job market is absolutely horrible. Even places like McDonald's will tell you they're hiring and then they're not. It's very difficult. And the truth of the matter is that holding down a normal job is not that easy for me. I have unmedicated ADHD. I have crippling depression, and I also am autistic. And all of these things combined make it very difficult to hold down regular jobs. Regular jobs don't like it when you question what they say. Regular jobs don't like it when you get distracted. Regular jobs don't like it when you don't show up in a happy, bouncy, everybody's lovey-dovey kind of mood. And sometimes I'm just going to not be in the mood to be happy, bouncy, lovey-dovey. That is my fault, partially, but that is also just the reality of having a fucking disability. That's why they're called disabilities. And so this is a job I can do, right? I can do this as a job, content creation, because not only do I enjoy doing it, but I also, the self-discipline is all on me. When I tell myself to do something, I can do it. When someone else tells me to do something, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. The point is that despite my abilities, despite me trying to find a regular job, I couldn't find one. Nobody was hiring. I put in probably about 300 to 500 applications. And that's not a joke. Like, my LinkedIn profile literally put in 300 to 500 applications. And when I would get calls back, it would, they would be like, oh, come in for this interview. And I'd go in for an interview and then nothing. And, that there's a whole big societal discussion going on around the job market that we could get into another time. But the point is that I couldn't. And so my income, my ability to keep the lights on, keep the internet on, keep my car, put food in my stomach, is reliant on Dead by Daylight. I have to play Dead by Daylight. I have to make videos around it. And I have to make daily videos around it in order to do so. When I came back to this game, I knew the money was going to be there, even though it's not much. I make anywhere from $300 to $400 a month doing this, which is, pretty good. It's really good, actually. It's not, oh my God, amazing, pay all my bills with one YouTube paycheck, but it's enough that between YouTube and my Twitch, as of you hearing this video, I've officially paid off one of my debts, and I only have two left, my car note and my credit card. And so while I could theoretically take a hit in income, I couldn't take more than about $100 a month of a hit. If it goes more than that, right? If I take the $200 or the $250 a month hit that I did when I quit Dead by Daylight content, I won't be able to afford to live. You know what I mean? I won't be able to afford, to pay my bills, and unfortunately I have to. So while I would love to not quit Dead by Daylight, while I would love to slow down on Dead by Daylight, I can't. I have to. And that was what I was talking about in another video about feeling trapped. I want to quit Dead by Daylight. I want to step away from it, but I literally cannot do it. And so when the variety content starts doing better, when my second videos start overtaking or matching my daily videos, then and only then can I commit to that switch. And I also am working on videos from my other channels. You know, that was also why I encouraged you guys to subscribe to my extras channel, because I'm less than 250 subscribers away from being able to run ads on that channel. And while that channel doesn't get near the same kind of views this channel does, it does still get views. You know, both the shorts and the daily videos that I upload over there do still get views. And that would help me. You know, that would help push me forward in revenue, and allow me to maybe slow down over here on stuff that I'm not particularly enjoying. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't want anyone to feel guilty that they cannot give money. I do not want anyone to feel guilty that they can't subscribe or become a channel member or anything like that. You need to understand that it is my demand that you take care of yourself first, that you don't worry about me, okay? I am a 31-year-old adult. I will figure it the fuck out. You know what I mean? I will find a way to make ends meet somehow, some way or another if all this fails. If all this crashes and burns, I will figure it out. I've figured it out before. I have crawled back from the depths of homelessness before, several times, actually. I've been homeless 3 times in my life. Okay, so I want you to understand that. I will figure it out. I do not want anyone ever giving me money they don't have. Do you understand me? Do not ever donate to me or subscribe to me or any of that if you cannot afford it. Okay? All right. I want to make that fucking clear. But I also want to be vulnerable with you guys. I want you to understand the reality of the situation. It's that I am miserable playing this game, but I don't have a choice but to make content around this game. Now, I have plenty of B-roll footage saved up. So thankfully, if I want to make videos for, the next 3 fucking weeks, I could do that without ever having to play a single game. But unfortunately, I can't just make videos on old concepts. I have to keep up to date. So when the PTB drops on Tuesday, which by the time you're seeing this video, the PTB will have dropped already. I need to play it. I need to play it to see how it is. When the lights out mode dropped today, the day that I'm filming this video, I needed to play it. I needed to see how it was. And realistically speaking, that's always going to be where we're at. As long as I have to do Dead by Daylight content to stay, to keep my numbers where they need to be so I can pay my bills, I'm always going to have to do it. You know what I mean? And that's also one of the reasons I started the coaching series, so I could have videos to give you guys on a regular basis that are not only things I enjoy doing, because I want you guys to understand, I enjoy talking about Dead by Daylight. I enjoy talking about the game, and sometimes I enjoy playing it. That passion hasn't gone away. I do still find Dead by Daylight to be an infinitely interesting game. It's just that dealing with the community, I released a video recently called "The DBD Community is Miserable and It's Affecting Me." The dealing with the community has been one of the worst experiences I've ever had. There are good people in this community, great people even, ones that I really love and respect and I think deserve so much success for, honestly, in my opinion, impossibly being able to be bubbly and positive through a lot of the bullshit that gets tossed at us. I have made great friends, and without the DBD community, I would still probably be a 100 subscriber Andy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I have dealt with the most unhinged fucking individuals I've ever seen in my life while playing Dead by Daylight. I mean, we did that video on the dude with the Steam profile. There was a guy in my Discord who was like, hey, do you ever want to beat someone to death over a game of Dead by Daylight? Which was just fucking weird, dude. Like, absolutely insane. There have been two cases of people doctoring grooming photos, doctoring Discord chats where a creator was grooming someone because they lost in a game of Dead by Daylight. They falsified grooming allegations because they lost in a game of Dead by Daylight. Do you understand how batshit insane this community is? I have had threats on my life over Dead by Daylight. When I used to put TTV in my name on Dead by Daylight, when I would play the game, minimum 2 to 3 times a day, I'd get somebody in and throw a slur at me because they lost in a game of Dead by Daylight. Like the DBD community is unhinged. They are completely, these are not normal people. All right. So I just want to make it clear that there are good people in this community, but the constant shit that I deal with as a creator in this community, as somebody who does discussion videos, the constant hate, the constant arrogance, the constant entitlement, and the constant just plain ignorance and abnormal, not well put together behavior of this community makes me not want to do it. It makes me not want to fucking make content around this game, because why? Why should I? Why should I if I'm going to be called a fat F slur who needs to off themselves because I said that this character is not as strong as this character, right? You know what I mean? So the coaching series was a way for me to still be able to talk about a game that I love while teaching you guys, the knowledge that I've occurred playing this game, and stuff like that. So I get to help you guys out. You get to help me out by providing me content. It's a symbiotic relationship, and everybody else gets to watch, and we all have a good time. That's why it's not just educational. It's also lighthearted and fun, and I make jokes at your expense because, people like to be bullied sometimes, you fucking weirdos. But that's why I started doing it. So I would have a regular drip of content to go with my other stuff. And I wouldn't have to come up with a new thought-provoking discussion every single day. And I wouldn't have to play this game every single day to see what I could come up with and things like that. And it's not that the idea bucket is running dry. I still have a massive backlog of killers I need to do analysis for. And I still have tons of other ideas. I thought about doing map analyses and how I would change maps. I thought about doing survivor lore analysis and things like that. Like, I still have a shitload of ideas for this game. It's just that I feel like this game is, I feel like the community can be a lot to deal with. And so I would love to pull back. And I would love to do other stuff that makes me happy, and I would love to not feel trapped in this. I would love to, quote unquote, quit Dead by Daylight. It wouldn't be quitting, it would just be pulling back and only playing it like once or twice a week. I would love to, but I cannot. Financially, I cannot. Not only is my life on the line, but my mother depends on my money as well. Right? She cannot afford everything by herself, and I cannot afford everything by myself. So we have to work together, her and I, to make sure that we don't end up homeless and losing all of our animals and our stuff and shit like that. So yeah, I appreciate everyone's concern. I appreciate people who have been trying to helpfully push on me and suggest to me different games to play, but I need you guys to just understand where I'm at. If I was one of those gigantic streamers like fucking, Flats or XQC or Tim the Tatman or Pokimane or whatever, one of those big stream, Average Jonas even. Average Jonas was a Valorant streamer. He made the switch over to Deadlock, and he's doing fine. He's doing absolutely fine. I rated him earlier today. He had 600 viewers on his Twitch. I don't know what he had before, but I guarantee you he's doing okay. Okay, I make like $130 a month on an average of 10 viewers. I guarantee you at 600 viewers he's doing fine. I just I'm not there, and so I can't just make a switch because there's not enough buffer. There's not enough people who are dedicated to me over the game I play, and that's fine. That's fine. Again, but please don't take this as like. Don't take this as me being jealous of them or me being, me being sad that I don't have an audience that would rather just follow me around. I'm glad that if you only follow me for Dead by Daylight content, that you enjoy the DBD content enough to follow me for that, right? I still appreciate you. I don't want, I really, really want to emphasize that I do not want anyone to feel guilty for the way that they support me, because every bit of support is important. I'm just saying the reality. The reality is there's not enough of you who like me for me to just give up what I'm doing and pursue other avenues. So, yeah. And at this point, I've talked for 25 minutes. So As always, a great big special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. You want to find out how to become a channel member today, get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, personalized coaching, and more, then please click that join button down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Need more Kaiser in your life? Well, I've got you covered. Check out my second channel, The Kaiser Extras, where I upload full gameplays, stream compilations, me reacting to your Dead by Daylight clips, and more. We also upload a daily short with all the greatest clips from stream. We'll see you over there. Link is in the description.